Hey everyone, it's Tara-Nicholle. It's Transformation Tuesday. It is 1 week into 2018, and one thing is already crystal clear. 2018 is not for the faint of heart. It's for the fierce of heart. And this week I'm finding a ton of inspiration for that fierceness and for leadership in general from the world of entertainment. Today I want to start sharing with you what I'm working on and what I'm creating this year with my new company, which is called Soul Tour. But first, I want to share with you a lesson that I got from The Last Jedi, the last Star Wars film. That's why I'm dressed in Tara-style Jedi gear, complete with something that might be a lightsaber or might be a wine bottle opener. The lesson is, it's about how to gear up for any sort of season in your life that requires boldness. And to my mind, that includes living a life of consciousness and living a life of leadership that can feel like a battle sometimes because it is so counter to mainstream culture in so many ways. This is your spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the film and you want to see the film, you should go see the film. But also know that I do share a little bit about the ending of the film in this video. And don't worry if you're not a Star Wars fan. Until about a year ago, I had never seen a single one of the Star Wars movies, and you don't have to have seen any of the films to catch the principle I'm going to share here today. It's applicable to anyone who wants to be a transformational leader or a conscious creator or liver of this life. And it's a strategy that I call putting on your war paint. In the film The Last Jedi, Laura Dern plays a character named Amy Lynn Holdo. She's a vice admiral of the Rebel fleet, and she is a bad chick. This girl shows up to this battle in a beautiful silver gown with purple hair and looks super cute the whole time she saves the day. This has given birth to a big debate on the internet. One Twitter user said, "One question I have about the Star Wars film is Amy Lynn Holdo's hair naturally purple, or is she just so committed to high fashion that she's upkeeping a lilac dew in the midst of a war zone?" I mean, she did wear a gown into battle, so the latter is entirely possible. Well, I think it's the latter too, and here's why. Star Wars is a mythic hero's journey. It's a galactic rebellion, but at the Vice Admiral's level, she's not fighting hand-to-hand combat. She's fighting a battle of principalities, a spiritual battle, and she's committed to waging war on every level. So she's wearing her armor. That purple hair is her war paint, and it's part of her path as a warrior to put it on before battle. She is being the peaceful warrior she was made to be. She's quiet and bold, but she is fierce and clear in her communications. She is right in her decision-making, even when it's controversial. She takes no nonsense, but she's a servant leader, and in the end she makes the ultimate sacrifice for the movement she believes in. That's what leadership is. I'm surprised at how many people that show up to my 30-day writing challenge for conscious leaders say they think they're not leaders because they don't manage a bunch of people. You can be a leader with 0 direct reports, or you can be a CEO and not be a leader. Because leadership is about having a solid moral compass. It's about being okay with being counterculture. And hey, I relate to this because I'm spending my whole life trying to build a business that uplifts and builds people up in a world where demoralization and dysfunction sells. But when you are in full clarity about who you really are and what you're here to do, and when who you are is a peaceful warrior, and when what you're here to do is to be victorious in this battle of ideas and principalities that's way bigger than you, then what you do is you wash your face, you put on your war paint, you put on your armor, you wear whatever allows you to feel your fiercest and be your best, whatever allows you to bring 100% of yourself to the world and put your soul entirely on deck. And for me, that's Lululemon and cashmere cardigans. It's fit and flare dresses some days. But war paint might also be draping yourself in the energy and calm and love and focus you need to walk fully into your calling with your head up and your heart out. That might require you to double down on your grounding practices like meditation and journaling, or to invest more in self-care and nourishing relationships as you head out into the world every day in a season where you're building and creating something conscious. Nobody said you have to feel or be depleted because you're out there trying to fight a battle of good versus evil. So for Vice Admiral Holdo, her armor is her silver gown, her purple hair is her war paint, and they allow her to bring 100% of herself to the battle every day, her peaceful warrior, heroic self. Now I want to share with you a little bit about what I'm creating for 2018. My new company is called Soul Tour, and it's a platform for upliftment. I am on a mission to bring 100 million people to the same peace and grace and ease and joy I get out of my spiritual and personal growth practices, which are really intertwined at this point. The goal is to activate a new generation of spiritual well-being by sharing what I've learned about living everyday modern life in 2018, trying to care for your physical body and find love and be in relationships and raise children and find the right career and livelihood and lead a business or create whatever it is you're here to create with a grounding in spiritual practice and with the assistance of the limitless love and infinite intelligence that powers this universe. I'll obviously share much more in the future, but here's what I can say now. This is not another platform for passive content consumption. Passive almost never leads to transformation. It's also not another place where teachers will, you'll hear a bunch of teachers telling you what to do. We think it's time for our teachers and leaders to model spiritual well-being through the clarity of their example, helping all of us to realize that not only is spiritual well-being the order of this universe, it is available to all of us. Now, that's really challenging because, as I mentioned before, we live in a culture where dysfunction and demoralization sells. But as Oprah said in her Golden Globe speech the other day, the time for dysfunction, for demoralization is up. The time for truth and consciousness is now. And that's what Soul Tour is all about. So do me a favor, leave me a note in the comments or send me an email if you think we should be working or playing together on Soul Tour, and I'll see you on the next Transformation Tuesday.